Tom Stroney is the overall chief steward for this portion of the program for the Strickleys that run on Saturday and Sunday events. Pontiac Excitement Machine dives to the inside, and we're about ready to begin. The battle of the sexes could be occurring in this one with female drivers and male drivers as they come to the line. Rosie Hall gets bounced around a bit as they head into turn one.
Chris Druin will lead him off at turn number 2, but here comes Dennis Brill in car number 44. What a move he made to take over that top spot. Brill in car number 44 will work it off of turn number 4 to lead lap number 1 as Druin follows behind.
And look in that pack, 3 wide, but now the caution is displayed.
Now apparently something that they did not like, perhaps it's to do with the initial start of the race. We're not quite sure with this. We'll be checking to find out that information. RGM that provides auto parts, extremely strong here at Riverside. Fran Jr. Colson made his debut with his brand new automobile today, and a misfortune with an engine malfunction has forced him out of the competition. We go to green, much cleaner start that time, and it's car number 03 to set the pace as Chris leads him down the back straightaway into turn number 3.
Following closely is car number 44, Abrilla, but not for long. He's going to work it off at turn number 4, used to the inside to try to pick up that number 1 spot. It's Brilla on the inside, Druin on the outside. Druin gets a little bit high, a little bit squirrely, and that's going to open up the door for Brilla. But here comes the 69 Connecticut of Tony Kilty following pursuit as he also tries to work that inside groove.
Well, Brilla looks so strong in his qualifying action here this afternoon. He has never visited Victory Lane. Last week, we had an individual that really put on quite a show until the final circuit, and then it all changed at the line. Will tonight be another one of those nights? As they come off turn 4, Barilla's looking good. Opening night feature event winner, Charette goes around, and Carlin also goes around, and that's going to be costly for both of these competitors.
And the caution will come out.
So car number 66 and the 1, 2 of the fierce front-running cars, are going to go to the back of the pack in this one for bringing out an unnecessary caution. They would have been perhaps better off to get them fired right back up. The number 1, as we said before, visited Victory Lane on a couple of occasions already in 1996. Then he started up front. It's a different ball game when you start in the middle of the pack or the back of the pack. Front-wheel drive body on a rear-wheel designed car that competes in the strictly stock division. It kind of defeats the principle of the name of the class itself. Them a line. If you want it, you can send it directly to the attention of Matt Buckler and send it to the publication telling them how much you appreciate their coverage of auto racing. Well, we're going back to green off turn number 4. Barilla is looking good, but it's a no-go.
Off of turn number 4, green flag is out, and we are back underway as Brilla tries to get the jump on Tony Kilty as they head down to turn number 1. Brilla will have the advantage, but here comes Kilty fighting back on that outside. Further back in the pack, a lot of slicing and dicing going on as Patrick Townsend in car 00 tries to make his way up through in that beautiful blue prepared Nova.
And the boys surely seem antsy tonight. Meanwhile, in the middle of the pack, a lot of mixing up going on. Herb Carlin gets crossed up once again, and he appears to have a problem with the front end of that machine, so the caution will fly again, this time again for Herb Carlin.
Well, it appears that car number 66, the right front suspension, it's damaged on the automobile.
Enduros, 4-cylinder Enduros, a demolition derby, 4x4 monster trucks, and a whole lot more. All coming up Sunday, May 26th, beginning at 6 o'clock p.m.
On the pole right now to set the pace for the field. And he's got Tony Kilty right alongside in the 69 Connecticut.
And in that sector,
Tony looking them over as they head for that white line, and we're back underway. And here's Gary.
Green flag out as Brilla tries to jump right out back in front, but now Kilty's going to have something for him as Kilty works the outside as we got a problem in turn number 2. Cars all around, the Keith Miller machine, the 03 of Druin, and the 14 of Rosie Hall. And the caution will fly.
Now Keith Miller gets fired up. You can see the smoke goes puffing away. Rosie Hall apparently is okay. A little fender damage. And Miller's coming into the infield. He too has lost a little sheet metal, it appears.
And you can see the damage to car number 14, Rosie Hall.
Fourth turn, down to the stripe they come. Barilla leads them. into turn number 1. They swap a little paint. And Barilla inches his way into maintaining his quest for position number 1.
Meanwhile, one of the hoods comes flying off. It looks like Ed Charrette's number 7. Yep, that's the one, and that brings out the caution again. Debris on the track in turn 3. So the R&R crew will come bouncing back out and see what they can do.
Well, that's one of the bodies that we said was going to have to be changed for next week that nobody has claimed as yet. Perhaps they haven't even been purchased as yet. And if you've purchased a program, check the ad. Here we go.
Off turn number 4, green flag is back out. We're underway as Brilla and Kilty bring them down. They head down into turn number 1. Here they come. They exit off at turn number 2. Brilla's going to have the advantage as he moves back out in front.
Nelliver now tucks his way inside, trying to work under Kilty. Off the 4th turn they come, and they'll be almost side by side at the line. Meanwhile, Townsend is moving up nicely, holding on to that number 4 spot. He works over Sporbert now, and he'll move up alongside Scott Nelliver. 3 wide, going into turn 3. Hang on to your hats, folks. Townsend decides the better of it and backs out, and good for us. Now he switches to the inside lane. Meanwhile, contact. Leone, Miller, Charrette involved in that one. Glenn Riley also. And the word is, keep going, men. No problem. Everybody, okay. Leone pulls out, and Riley's out of the action.
Now Nelliver's got his eye set for that number 1 spot as he's trying to track down the 44 of Brilla. Also moving up is Chris Valerio in car number 76.
Well, this is interesting. Both the number 44 car and the 88 car have never visited victory lane before. It's hard to believe Smoking Scott Nelliver has won a ton of endurance-style races here at Riverside, but he has never been fortunate enough to secure a strictly stock victory.
Well, he's got his hands full right now with Patrick Townsend, the 00, inching up on him on the inside. But Nelliver does a good job off turn 2, builds back up a little bit of a margin. Here we come up to 10 laps down and 10 to go. Brilla getting the word. He's halfway toward his first win.
Battle shaping up for that 5th spot between the 58 of Sporbert and the 10 of Mike Salmon. As Sporbert now tries to work over to 69 Connecticut of Tony Kilty.
Well, it's not over with till the sweet song of victory is sung at the end, and currently Barilla is the man who's been dominating up front, but Townsend is starting to move in. Now, last Saturday night we saw in the closing laps of the event that the rookie or the competitor with the least experience began to fold to the pressures applied by the more experienced drivers. Will tonight that story be told in this one as well? With 12 of the 20 laps in the record books, it is still Barilla leading. Further back, 4 cars run under a blanket as they dice and slice for positions 3 through 7. Back to the stripe they come.
Mike Salmon gives Tony Kilty a good shot in the rear. He wants some racing room, and Kilty is the man that he feels is holding him up. So here they go. They continue to duke it out. That 4-pack really going at it, hot and heavy. Sporbert gets tilted a little sideways by Chris Valerio, and off the turn they come. Meanwhile, back up front, the number 2 and 3 cars have closed in on our leader. So Brilla now has his hands full, and he still, when he hits the line, will have 5 laps to go. So this is going to be an interesting 5 circuits. Here they come now. Brilla still holding tight, but Townsend now finds an opening inside. Down the back stretch they go. Who will it be? Into turn 3, still Brilla on the outside. Nelliver taps Townsend. He's looking for room. He wants to make it a 3-way battle. Here they come now. It's still Brilla at the line. A real exciting one going on. 3 wide going into turn 1. Meanwhile, right back there. Back up front, it's still Townsend and Brilla going at it. Nelliver looking for room around Townsend. Now here comes Townsend. He's got the lead at the line with 3 laps remaining. Down the backstretch, Townsend now starts to stretch it out a little bit, and Nelliver will work on Brilla. Salmon breaks out of the pack. He now runs 4th. Sporbert 5th. Kilty running in 6th place. Chris Valerio gets spun by Todd Malvezzi. And a piece of debris flying up on the upper groove of the racetrack, and that brings out another caution. Malvezzi came in hard into turn 3 and just sent Chris Valerio for a spin.
69 about whatever occurred on the racetrack up there. Debris on the racing service, 17 laps up on the NASCAR Winston Racing Series scoreboard. Patrick Townsend was battling with Barilla for that number 1 position. So we'll see what's going to happen in the final 3 circuits of tonight's Strictly Stock feature event.
That body panel that went flying was off the 03 of Joe Kokoska, the 3 machines sitting over down the event, but now that front piece is really dangling, the nose piece, so Ed Charrette's being given the black flag, and he's pulling to the infield. And another of our point leaders, so it's not a good night for some of the point leaders. Ed ranking 7th in points coming into tonight. The 68 of Mark Anderson also pulling in. Al Leone does come back. And the 99 is also...
Salmon has been there on several occasions. Spobert has won in the truck racing. See what's going to happen. Single file restart due to the fact that there's only 3 circuits remaining. Off the turn. Green is out. Townsend looking very good.
Chris Valerio got a great jump. She timed that green just right and made it 3 wide and picked up the 3 positions way in the back of the pack, so good for her. All right, here they come now. 2 laps to go, and Townsend still your leader, but Brilla hanging right there. Does he have a little something extra left for Townsend? We shall see. Meanwhile, the 10 of Salmon is moving up alongside Nelliver, so there's your battle for that position. White flag is out, and Townsend has just 1 more to go to hold on for victory. Patrick Townsend, our number 2 point man, coming in. Here he goes down the backstretch. Into the turn, Brilla trying to close the gap, but Townsend looks like the man. Off the turn they come, and it's Patrick Townsend taking down the win over Dennis Brilla. Nelliver 3rd, Salmon 4th, Sporbert finishing 5th, Tony Kilty 6th, and the number 8 car of Keith Carzello in 7th place.
Well, the 20-lap feature is now over, and down into victory lane goes car number 00 for Patrick Townsend out of Springfield, Massachusetts. The Wizard Auto Body, Corby's Auto Service, Central Chevrolet. Sponsored Nova. Mike Cianfrani is down there to meet and greet our winner. Gary Danko down there to talk with tonight's Strictly Stock feature event winner. Come $5 for second. We'll go with Gary Danko and meet and greet our winner.
In just a minute, we're going to have a word with him as he gets out of the car. How about a big round of applause? Patrick Townsend.
Stand on the door. Go ahead. In addition to Townsend's victory, the 44 of Brilla finishes 2nd, and in 3rd place, the 88 of Nelliver. In 4th place, the 10 of Mike Salmon, followed by Dennis Sporbert in the 58. Then the 69 Connecticut of Tilty, followed by car number 8 of Carzello. In 8th place, the 3 of Kokoska, followed by the 69 of Malvezzi. Finishing 10th, the 0 of Jim Summer, followed by Colton in 11th place in car 37. Miller in the 21, the 74 of Arena, the 76 of Valerio, the 2 driven by Syak, the 19 of Levitt. In 17th place, Rosie Hall in car 14. Then it was the 7 of Charrette, followed by the 68, the 1, 93, 99, 03, and 66. So there you have it, our order of finish for tonight's Strictly Stock feature.